I will be talking about ethics in sports, and I will be talking about two ethical issues in the sports right now. The first one will be the lockout of players, and one example that I looked up that was very recent, it was actually 3 years ago, was Le'Veon Bell. And if you don't know who Le'Veon Bell is, he was a running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2018. He was considered to be one of the best running backs in the league, and he held out because he wanted more money, and he sacrificed $14.5 million to roll the dice in free agency back in 2018. And the positive of this is that he saved his body, and the sports segment is professional sports, of course. And one argument I would say that is positive for Le'Veon Bell is that he saved his body. He saved a toll and a collision that his body takes from the NFL, because we all know the NFL is a brutal sport and it's a very physical sport. So, and the second thing I would say that is a positive is he has the leverage in this discussion, because he is one of the best players in the league. He's not like a backup. He's not like a third string player. He's considered to be one of the best players, not only on the team but in the NFL. So the Steelers couldn't afford to lose him because he's one of their best players. But on the opposite side, I would say that he is losing money because he's not playing. And another thing I will say is a negative is that his teammates alienated him, because I remember that situation back in 2018, and some of his teammates had a problem with him blocking out because of the money situation, and some of his teammates didn't like that he was he was doing this because he was probably thinking to himself. And my stance on it is that I would agree with Le'Veon Bell, because I believe he was worth the money. He was one of the best players in the league during that time, so I believe he should get paid according to his standards. But at the end, he did not get paid, and he got released by the Steelers, and he's been on like 2 or 3 different teams over the last 2 or 3 years, and the situation did not end up working out for him. So that is unfortunate, but I would say if you want to gain the money that you deserve, I would say lockout, because these organizations don't really care about the players don't really care about the players. They care about their own well-being, and I believe that he deserves the money that he asked for. So, and I would say another issue is unwritten rules, I would say. And a great example is basketball. When you're up by a certain score, you're either supposed to dribble the ball out or pass the ball to a teammate so they can hold on to the ball. And instead of doing that, the opponent scores when they're up like 15 points or something, up double digits with like a minute left. And both sides, I could say, have a great point. One side is that you get your stats up, more, and you get more points for yourself. And another thing I could say is that you will have to argument for why you should run up the score in basketball is that entertainment for the fans. Like I said, you get more points for yourself, maybe stat padding. But on the other side, I would say the integrity of the game, the unwritten rules, I would say you're supposed to dribble out the ball when you're up a certain amount of points with a certain amount of time left. You're supposed to either pass the ball, hold on to the ball at the end of the game instead of trying to score. And my stance on it is that I'm on this side in terms of running up the score. That's just me, because if you have to guard me, you have to stop me from scoring. So that's what the mindset I'm from. If you gonna whine and cry about me running up the score, you should have stopped me at the first or second quarter or third quarter when the game was close, I suppose. So don't get upset now when I'm 1 up the score, because you had a great opportunity to stop me or guard me during the earlier in the game. So that's just me. So those are the two scenarios that I chose, and hope everyone have a good day.